Welcome everyone to this webinar where I'm going to tell you how any agent could build a multi-million dollar producing real estate business from the ground up. So my name is Chasten J. Miles, and that is the training that I'm here to do with you on this webinar. I'm going to give a few minutes for everyone to go ahead and get in. I know that we had a lot of people register for this webinar, so I want to make sure that everyone gets a seat. While people are coming in, do me a favor. If you can hear me okay, put the number 7 in the chat box just so that I know that you can hear me okay and that you can see my screen. We're going to use lucky number 7. Let me know in the chat box right now. I just want to make sure that everything is working before we actually get into everything. I'm so excited because this is some good content, and I've been wanting to get this out for a while because you know, there are questions and there are things that a lot of people ask me all the time. And so I was like, hey, how about I just create a webinar training around all of it? So that's what I decided to do, and that's why you're here. So just be prepared to get some good information. Go ahead and get your water. Go ahead and get your notebook. Use the restroom. Do whatever you have to do just to make sure that you don't miss anything, because there's a lot of content that I'm going to be giving in this webinar, and so I want to make sure that you are okay. And let me just check. Yes. Okay, cool. So I see that most of you, all of you, can hear me okay. If you can't hear anything, be sure to let me know in that chat box. And if you can't see the screen, let me know in that chat box, because I don't want to sit here and do this training and nobody gets to hear or see anything. So please let me know, because this is some great information. So we're gonna get started here in just a second or two while the last few people are coming in. I know we're gonna fill up here, so whoever doesn't get a seat is just gonna have to miss out on this training. But give it a second or two and we will get started here shortly. Awesome. Well, I'm not going to punish the people who were here on time, and I don't want you to get your schedule mixed up, because I could imagine that you really scheduled this webinar training in your schedule so that you can attend it and that nothing else would come up. And so something else that I would advise you to do, because it's just this thing with technology, and I just want to make sure that we don't get interrupted, is close all other screens that you may have open or anything like that. Just all other distractions, anything that can slow your internet down, you may want to close that, because I'm not quite sure how this is going to act on your system, and so I just want to make sure that you don't miss anything. So again, my name is Chasten J. Miles, and most of you probably know me from YouTube, because I have been pretty much chronicling my whole my whole real estate career through YouTube, and really giving like new agent advice, tips and tricks and tools. And you know, I've been doing all of that on my YouTube channel, and so a lot of my subscribers out there ask me questions, they send me emails, just things that I can talk about. And we've really built this community around the real estate industry and the real estate business. I first got my license back in 2013, and actually when I got my license and I told my family that I was going to be getting into real estate, they pretty much thought it was the craziest thing ever. I'm pretty sure that you're all familiar with how the market crashed back in 2008, 2009, and you know, still even in 2013, that was kind of the time where people still weren't confident in the real estate market, you know. And my family and just people around me, they were just like, well, you need to wait until the market gets better, and you need to wait to do this. And honestly, I was just like, no, if I do this now in a bad market, then when it gets good, I'll really make a lot of money. Little did I know how untrue that statement was, but that was the mentality that I had in my head. I wasn't necessarily from a real estate family. There wasn't anybody in my family who had been an agent. There wasn't really anybody in my family who were working for themselves. Nobody who really found like true success. And honestly, I wasn't really headed down that path either. At the time, I was a college student, and I was a broke college student, pretty much doing everything you can imagine that a college student does besides going to class and getting good grades. And so that unfortunately wasn't me, and I wasn't headed down the right path. I had pretty much changed my major maybe 5 times, thinking that it was going to be easier, and maybe if I do this then I'll make good grades, or maybe if I do that. I was spending my student loan money in the wrong ways. I was doing all kinds of stuff. And actually what got me into real estate was when me and my buddies, me and my roommates, we were looking for a place off campus to live, because we didn't want to live on campus anymore. And if you knew the stuff that we were into, you probably know the reasons why we didn't want to live on campus anymore, because we wanted that freedom, and we didn't want to abide by the rules, and we didn't want all that, just interference from the RAs and just all those other people who you commonly find in the college dorm. So we wanted to live off campus. And so what I had did was, we were walking one day, and there was this sign that said rentals off campus. And there was those little tabs. You know how they cut the little tabs on the bottom of the sheet of paper for you to be able to rip off the name and phone number? So I did that, and we called the number that was on there, and it turned out to be a realtor. She invited us to her office, and she was sitting there talking to us, and just about our needs and what we were wanting, why we were wanting it, how much money we were looking to spend. And then we kind of set out to go and find a property. So she put us in her car and took us around to a couple of different properties, and we saw them. And I thought that it was so cool. But that wasn't the reason why I got into real estate. The real reason was because I asked her, I was like, how much is this going to cost us, or how much are you going to make off of this? And luckily she told us that we didn't have to pay her anything, but she said that she was going to make 100% of whatever we ended up getting. And so we were looking to spend, there was like 5 of us maybe, so we had broke our money all up, but we were looking to spend somewhere around like $2,000 or so. And to a college kid, $2,000 was a lot of money. So I was like, oh my gosh, she's about to make all this money off of us. And I instantly I wanted to do it, because remember, I was in that position where I needed some money, and I was also kind of in that position to where I was going to do whatever it took to get it. And so she told me how I could become a real estate agent, and I actually got enrolled in real estate school at her firm, at her brokerage. They were offering classes, and I got put on a payment plan because I didn't have any money. And they let me start with, I think, just like $100. I don't remember exactly how I got that $100, but it was probably from some student loan money, who knows. But I got that $100, and I started those classes. Now, the very unfortunate thing happened was I wasn't able to complete the classes because I wasn't able to continue paying on that payment plan. And so I had to drop out of real estate school. I was leaving, and the day that I dropped out, the guy told me, he said, I've seen this before, and I know you're not coming back. And I was like, no, I'm going to come back. He was like, no, this is the end of the road for you in real estate. And I just kind of laughed it off, but to be honest with you, that stuck with me so hard year after year. So it was another 2 years before I even went back to real estate school. And this time I did it online. I had some money that I saved up, and I got my license. Now, I've had a very, very, very lucrative real estate career, you can say. I've had some great accomplishments within my career, and I am very proud of everything that I've done. Just to name a few things, I was recognized as one of the best real estate agents here by D Magazine here in Dallas. I've been recognized as the top social media expert for real estate by Top Agent Magazine. I currently serve as a chairperson on our local real estate board here in Dallas. I have been recognized just simply because of my YouTube channel as one of the must follow YouTube channels for real estate agents. Year over year, you can see me recognized as a top Zillow Premier agent on their website. I've been known as one of the top producers by Park Cities People magazine. And year over year, I've been able to sell millions and millions of dollars worth of real estate to get me the honor of a Diamond Real Estate Award recipient year over year. I mean, we're talking from probably my first Diamond Award came in 2015, maybe? Yeah, 2015, 2016, 2017, and, every year thereafter. I am a contributor for Inman, so if you read Inman, you've probably seen some of my articles in there. I've been featured in CEO World Magazine, NBC, ABC, Be Great Magazine, and many others. I mean, I've had the opportunity of networking and working with some top agents across the country here. Here in Dallas, I run my real estate team where we work hard, we play hard, and we are definitely taking over the real estate industry in our city. But aside from all the TV and the magazines and the recognition, the best thing about this is that I've been able to build a life around myself that I have always dreamed of. I'm talking from where I live to what I drive, the vacations I take, the trips, what I've been able to do for my family, just how I've been able to bring up my community around me is one of the best things that I can say that I've been able to do in this real estate field. I've made a lot of money, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna continue to make a lot of money, but I also note the difference in the people around me, the difference that I've made in the people within my YouTube community, the things that I'm able to do because I think of myself as successful and I think of myself as wealthy. The things that enables me to do is priceless. Like it's not like anything else. And so on this webinar, I want to know if I give you the exact business plan that yourself or any other agent like yourself could use to build a multi-million-dollar producing real estate business from the ground up, would you actually take the time out and put those actions in place to make that happen? I want to know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know, yes, if you're actually going to do this stuff. If not, it's probably best that you go ahead and leave this webinar now because it's just going to be a waste of your time. I'm only looking to talk to people who want to take action, who want to do what it takes. So let me know if that's you, just so that I know that I'm talking to the right people, okay? Because the reason why I ask that is every time I tend to do one of these, whether it's in person, whether it's online, there's always those people that give me all kinds of excuses. And yes, I'm going to call them excuses, and I apologize if this is you, but use this as an opportunity to get these out of your head, okay? The first one, I'm working part-time. It's okay. You can build a business part-time. Get that out of your head. That's just an excuse. I'm new in the business. We were all new in the business at one point, okay? The thing that separates people who are new in the business from the ones that actually make it in the business are the ones that take action. And so being new in the business is not an excuse. It's not a valid objection, okay? I don't handle money very well, or I don't have the money for things. Well, think about this. You are building a business, and businesses require investments. You're investing in your classes, you're investing in your marketing, you're investing in your business cards, you're investing in softwares, you're investing in all these different things, but most people forget to invest in themselves. They forget to invest in the training that they need. They forget to receive the knowledge that they need to actually make it. And you invest in all these wrong things and you miss out on the most important things. So take money out of the equation because that's not valid for this one. I've even heard people say, well, Chasten, I'm not you. clearly you're not me because I'm the only me, but you are yourself, and everybody has gifts and everybody has unique abilities to really make it in this business. The good thing about real estate is that there's not one mold of an agent that you have to fall into. There's not just one way to do things. There's several different ways to make money in real estate. So you don't have to be me. You don't have to be your broker. You don't have to be the agent sitting next to you. I want you to be yourself. And the last one people say, and this is an obvious one, is Chasten, I'm just inexperienced. I don't know a lot of things. And that's where I want you to stay, because the fact that you're inexperienced and on this webinar is a good thing, because you're looking to get that experience, you're looking to get that knowledge, and you're only going to do that by equipping yourself with the right tools and the right business plan and roadmap to actually make that happen. So you're in the right place. Now, this webinar, again, is not for everybody, and I just want to make sure that I am talking to the right people, and I want to make sure that the ones that are here are actually the people who are going to take some action. So I can let you know that this webinar is for you, and this training is for you if you're in a position right now where you have spent money to get your license, and now you're a new agent, but you don't feel like you have the solid direction, or you don't feel like you have the solid foundation. If that's you, let me know in the comments right now. Or it can be you're in a position where you've been in the business some time, but you haven't gotten the results that you thought you would get by now, and you know that something needs to change. And so if that's you, I want you to let me know in the comments, okay? Because those are the people that I want to talk to. Think about this. How much easier would your life be if you were able to afford everything that you wanted to do? How much easier would your life be if money wasn't an object? How much easier would your life be if you could take vacations when you want to take vacations? You can spend time with your family when you wanted to spend time with your family. You can really come into that whole flexible schedule. And I know that you're probably thinking, well, if I'm a real estate agent, I need to work in my real estate business and I'm not going to have time for everything, you know? And that's why you're on the right training, because I'm going to show you how you can have time for all of those things, okay? I want you to know that you are ready to make those differences in your business. So are you open to completely implementing a new process in order to yield you the results that you've been missing in your real estate, to get you the money, to get you the fame, to get you the team, whatever it is? Are you open to getting those results? Type yes in the comments right now if you're open to it. When you leave this training, you'll be able to immediately apply these steps so that you can get to building that multi-million-dollar producing real estate business from the ground up. That's my whole goal in this, and that's the reason why you're here. So once that's done, you'll be able to actually reach your sales goals. And when you reach your sales goals, you're going to reach your income goals. You're going to be able to build that team around you so that you can leverage your time. So you and your family can go on vacations. You can explore the world. You can actually spend the money that you're making, and you're not just locked into this business. And then we're going to ensure that you have long-term growth and profits in your real estate business. You know, I mean, you can sit here and you can be a realtor for all of these years, but if you're not growing and if your money isn't growing, then what's the point? I mean, we can look at homes all day and we can see different parts of architecture, but what fun is it if you're not making money while you're doing it? And so that's why I want to have this training. So I'm going to give you the 3 steps that you're going to need to implement and that you're going to want to have going on in your business to ensure that this happens, to ensure that you actually build a multi-million-dollar producing real estate business from the ground up. So those 3 steps is: step 1, you need a business plan, okay? Step 2 is you need specific systems and processes. And step 3 is you need to leverage, okay? Now, here's why this is so important. I mean, just think about CEOs of companies, and you can think of any company in your head right now. I'm going to use McDonald's for this example. Now, how often do you see the CEO of McDonald's flipping the burgers in the restaurants, or shaking the fries, or handing a customer an order? you don't really see that too often, and you don't hear that too often. And if you do hear about it, it's most likely from a TV show or possibly a publicity stunt. And so it's not as common as one would think. Someone who is so important in the business is not actually involved in many areas of the business. And that's where leverage comes in. When you leverage your business, you're able to focus on those high level activities instead of being the one that is in front of the customers, or instead of being the one that's serving the food, instead of being the one that's cleaning the restaurants, because you have built a business around you. And that's exactly what we want to do for your real estate business. Yeah, you are a realtor right now, you're a real estate agent, you're doing the lower level activities, you're unlocking the doors, you're probably placing signs in yards, you're probably placing lock boxes on doors. What if I told you, and most of you won't even believe me, but what if I told you that in my business, I haven't put a sign in a yard in years? And in my business, I haven't had to unlock doors lately in a very long time, simply because I have been able to actually build a business around me, a sustainable business that is extremely leveraged to where I'm able to focus on those high level activities. Now, right now, you're in the right place and you're not prepared. Okay, but you're not prepared for certain things that are going to happen in your business. I want to know, are you prepared if all of a sudden you were to receive 35 phone calls tomorrow for new listings, people who actually wanted to list? Okay? And I'm not saying this to say, are you prepared for the business, but are you prepared to actually handle the business? Do you have enough money to market 35 properties? Do you have 35 signs to place in yards? Do you have 35 listing packets printed, or 35 buyer presentations? Like, are you prepared to even handle that amount of business? Are you prepared for a market crash tomorrow? If the market crashed, would that completely ruin your business? And I know as realtors, we don't want to think about that, but are you prepared for it? Or does your business have many different areas to where even if that happens, you'll be okay? On a more positive side, are you prepared for people to work for you? Are you prepared for different things that can actually happen in your business? Positive things, negative things. Do you already know how you're going to handle those things? There's this quote that I like to reference to with this. And the quote simply says, and I believe that it was Benjamin Franklin who quoted this. He said, "By failing to prepare, you're preparing to fail." So essentially, if you're not preparing, if you're not putting written down, putting notes together, putting the process together, then you're essentially setting yourself up to fail. And unfortunately, most real estate agents are in a position right now where they have already been set to fail and they haven't even taken a step into the business because they're not prepared. People tend to teach us in this business that the way to prepare is just through education. No, that's not the way to prepare. You can sit in as many training classes as you want and still not have a closing. And what is that going to get you at the end of the day? Besides just more in the hole, more in debt, just more money going away. I mean, you'll be knowledgeable, but how is that helpful if you don't have any business? So imagine this, and I really want you to imagine it. You can close your eyes, however you have to do it. I want you to imagine that you are opening up your notes and they tell you specifically what you should do that day. Specifically hour by hour. Not only does it tell you that, but every action in that notebook is a money-making action. Big money. I mean, you see these things and you're excited to do them because you know that once you complete that, it's going to equal money. And imagine just people trying to get on your calendar and get in your schedule, and you have to tell them, I'm busy. And you're actually busy. You're not just saying that for show. You're actually busy because you are focusing on those money-making activities. Wouldn't that be great? Let me know in the comments if that would be great for you. And I'm hoping that you're still, really interactive with me, and that's why I want to keep you typing in the comments, because that keeps me going, and I know that you haven't fell asleep. So, okay, I'm glad to see people are here. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, perfect, perfect. So we're all headed towards the same goal. I'm still talking to the right audience. Okay, this is great. So let's talk about the business plan. And now, this business plan, I'm sure you've heard about business plans before with the executive summary and projections, this and that. That's not the type of business plan that we're going to be specifically referencing to. I'm going to reference to more of a real estate focused business plan. And so write these down, because these are the different areas of the business plan. I break up the business plan into three different areas when it comes to my real estate business. Okay, now of course there are more things involved, but these are the big three that I want you to put some focus on. The first one is going to be your income. Okay, now your income, that's a big part of this business. And starting with income, I'm going to take you down the line of the different parts of this business plan that you're going to work as you decide about income. The first, just first high level thing is, how much money do you want to make? And not just how much you want to sell, like how much money do you want to put in the end of the day. That's the number that you're going to come up with for this business plan, because you're going to work backwards for this. So you're going to think about how much money you want to have on your tax return, on, you want to have your wife or husband knowing that you brought home at the end of the year, whether it's $100,000, $50,000, $500,000, whatever that number is. That's going to be your income number. Now from there, that's when we get into your gross commission income number, or you're going to hear that referenced to as GCI. Now from that GCI number, and just keep in mind that we're working backwards, then we talk about sales. And so we hit our sales numbers. How much do I need to sell to get this GCI and to get this amount in my pocket? From there, we move on to, how many listings do you need? Listings are a big part of the business. So we need to know, how many listings do we need to take a year in order to reach that sales goal? Aside from listings, because maybe everyone isn't a listing agent, how many buyers do you need to do? Or, you can do both, but how many buyers do you need to hit that sales goal? Okay. From there, you're going to go into, how many appointments do you need to even get those buyers closed, to even get those listings closed? And lastly, from the appointments, is how many leads do you need? How many leads do you need overall to hit those numbers? And all we did on that income page is just kind of worked backwards, because we set the amount of money that we needed at the end of the year. We set the amount of money that we need to have in our pocket for our expenses, for our bills, for our home, cars, whatever all that stuff is for you. And we went all the way down and drilled that into the number of leads that we need. And this lead number, I break it down pretty deep into actually like how many leads we need to bring in a week, how many appointments we need to close a week, how many listings we need to take a month. All those different types of things fall into that income portion of your business plan. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comment if that makes sense to you. Okay, cool. Now we're going into the next part, which is going to be the marketing strategy. So marketing is huge in real estate, and you need a strategy behind it. Okay, how I'm gonna break the marketing strategy down, this is pretty baseline, but this will literally carry you through any marketing actions that you choose to do in your real estate business. The first thing that you need to establish is your real estate brand. And this is where a lot of agents kind of come into the business immediately going, they say, I need a logo, I need my headshot, I need my business cards, like I need all this. That's forming your business brand. That's part of the actual marketing strategy. So if you've done those things, that's a good thing. But did you really think hard about it? Did you really think hard about what your brand looks like, how you want your brand to be presented? And what may help with that is the next step, which is your value proposition. What do you stand for? What does your business stand for? What message do you want people to know about you and your real estate business? What do you want them to think about when they see your logo? What do you want them to think about when they see your image? If you're in the elevator with somebody, what's your elevator pitch? Those are all part of your value proposition, which is part of this marketing strategy. So those are all things that need to be included in this business plan. Next is your marketing budget. So before you spend any money on any type of leads, on any business cards, on any postcard mail outs, farming, whatever it is, you need to set a budget that you're going to not go over. And this is going to keep things in line. And I promise you, I see a lot of real estate agents that throw money in so many different directions when they get into the business just because they think that they need it. When in actuality, if you would spend some time doing your marketing budget and a marketing strategy, you're going to really see on paper in front of you the things that are actually important to you in this business and the things that you actually need. So you want to come up with a budget, and you don't want to go outside of this budget, because if you do this ahead of time, leave yourself a little room, a little cushion, all that good stuff, but stay within your marketing budget. That's going to be a great way for you to handle calls, all those calls that are going to come in that try to sell you leads or being on the first page of Google or whatever it is. You can confidently tell them, my marketing budget for the year is already done. Contact me next year. So you can move forward. And then lastly, you need to decide what mediums you want to market on. I don't advise doing everything, and it's not a smart idea to do everything. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can market, but pick your top 3, and those are the ways that you're going to run with. Whether it be farming an area, or if you want to do the social media marketing thing, or if you just want to get out and meet people and throw events, or if you want to do first-time homebuyer seminars, whatever it is, figure out what mediums you actually want to market on, because those are the things that you're going to build your actual marketing strategy and plan around, okay? The last part of your business plan is going to be the actual market analysis. Now, the market analysis is something that you're going to do quite often in your business, especially as markets change, but it's good to have it in your business plan for your focus market. So whatever market you choose to actually work in. Now, I know you're probably thinking, especially if you're a new agent, you're probably thinking, I'll work in any area. I'll go near, far, I'll go wherever. And that can be the case, but you always want to have a focus area. And I typically advise that this area be an area that you live in and that you shop in, and people actually see you out, because you want to become very knowledgeable about that area, and they're going to be easy for you to get listings and get buyers in that area because you are very knowledgeable. So the parts of this market analysis that you want to have is, one, you want to have the current state of the market. So what does the market look like? By current state, I'm talking about how many listings are on the market, how many homes have sold. I would advise doing this for the last 12 months, and so this is going to require some MLS research, but do this for the last 12 months. How many listings have come on the market? How many homes have sold overall? How many have been canceled? How many expired? What are the average price points? So what are your average low-end price points, your median, and then your high-end price points? And then what's trending in the market? What do you see typically happening? Are they building more condo communities? Are they building high-rises? Are there new developers coming in and tearing out old homes and building new construction? Like, what are the trends that are going on in your market? These are all part of your actual business plan. And those are the 3 parts that are going to be super important for you to focus on immediately and get together. So who has this already? Let me know in the comment box who has this already. No. Yes, I do. Oh, okay. Well, we got somebody who does. Okay. No. Okay. So yeah, I mean, and I don't expect everyone to have this, because trust me, when I first got into the business, I didn't have this either. But I have this every single year now, and I will not start a year without it. Literally, I'm sure you all have all heard the quote that says, "A goal without a plan is just a wish." And we just talked about the plan, and we just talked about the goal. And so you need to put both of these together, or you're simply just wishing. Okay, you can want to make a lot of money, but what's your plan to actually make a lot of money? And you can have a goal of $100,000, but what is your actual plan to reach that goal? Okay, so though that's the big important reason why you really need to have a business plan, and that leads us into step two. You need to have specific systems and processes. Okay, and a lot of people don't think about this, but luckily you're on this webinar, so you're thinking about it. I want you to take a moment and think about a successful company. Think about just a company that's just wildly successful. And I'm going to actually just use AT&T for this example. I don't work for AT&T, never have. I've only watched them from afar, but I'm sure you all will be able to relate to what I'm about to say. So if you think of AT&T, and AT&T is a big company with multiple employees. Okay, so obviously they have some systems and they have some processes in place. They have systems to acquire you as a customer, which I mean we commonly see as advertisements. They have the systems and process to deliver you service, which is going to be, actual boxes or cell phones, whatever you want to call it. They have systems and process to ensure that the service is working. So your phone towers, your buildings, your satellites, they have systems to ensure that your service is actually working. Then when anyone as a customer has an issue, they have technical support. Okay, this is a process. Whenever you have an issue, you're not calling the CEO of the company and telling him that your phone or your internet isn't working. You're calling a technical support department. And even when you get on that phone, it's most likely going to be a recording that has you to choose many different options. This is part of their process. If they can't solve your technical support problem over the phone, then they're going to probably send a technician out to you. This is part of the process, okay? They have processes to keep you as a customer, so they're retention processes. If you were to call and say, I don't want this service anymore, I want to cancel, you're most likely going to be transferred to somebody who's going to try to keep you as a customer. They have a process for that. And if you think about it, I'm sure you've encountered somebody, and it doesn't have to be with this specific company, but I'm sure you've encountered somebody who has said, I've been with them for 10 years, I've been with them for 20 years. How does this happen? How does this happen? How does someone stick with a company for 10 to 20, 30 years that doesn't work for them, or that this company's never given them a paycheck or made them any money? It's all down to the systems and the processes that the company has. Now, as a real estate agent, here's the most common system that you tend to see. First, it starts out as figure it out. Then we get into marketing, and then we close. And what do we do after that? Back to figuring it out. And that is the system that most agents take. Now, I'm going to tell you the ideal system that you want to take in your business and that you want to implement. And it's my 3 P's when it comes to this: purpose, process, and production. Okay? You're going to do everything in your business with purpose. You're going to know what you're doing. You're going to know why you're doing it. This is all part of your business plan. You're going to know why you're doing it. You're going to know who it's going to affect. You're going to purposely do these things. Next, everything that you do in your real estate business is going to have a process behind it. It's going to have a process. Your marketing, your retention, your training, everything, all these systems you use, everything is going to be part of a process. And then from there, you're going to be in production. And not just production one time, but production over and over and over again. And then it just goes back into the cycle. Purpose, process, and production. That's going to be your ideal real estate system. Does that make sense to you all? Let me know in the comments. Yes. Give me a yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, it doesn't make sense. Well, I'm not going to redo it all, but we can talk after this webinar. Okay? The last step, because I just don't want to hold everybody up. So the last step is you need to leverage. Okay? Now, leverage is a big lesson or leveraging is a big lesson that I had to learn in my business. There was a time that I was in production and I was making money, but I realized that I was just constantly working, working, working. I was working as a solo agent, and I was the one. I was cold calling. I was getting appointments. I was getting listings. I was having to market those listings, and then I was starting to get referrals. And trust me, I was so appreciative of the business, but what was lacking was my life. Like, I didn't have a life outside of my business. I was coming home late. I was going straight to bed, waking up the next day, doing the same thing, literally walking around like a zombie. Started taking vacations without me. I wasn't able to. My mother lives in another city. There was times where I wasn't able to see her for like months on end, just because I was so consumed in my business, and I was just working, working, working. And some of the stuff that I was doing, especially as a real estate agent, you know how you just try things to see if they work, or you want to try something new to maybe get you that luxury listing or to get you a specific buyer. So you start to learn something that you don't really need to know, and it just ends up taking all of your time, and you realize that a lot of things that you do is not the highest and best use of your time. And this is a concept that I hold close to me, and I think about whenever I'm deciding to do something in my business. Is this the best use of my time? You're not meant to do every single thing in this business. And to be honest with you, you're not going to be good at everything in this business. Like, I was so terrified of door knocking. I don't door knock. It's just not for me. And so instead of me spinning my wheels trying to door knock, I find the things that I am good at and I focus on those things. Now, I want to know, are you currently doing things in your business that are the highest and best use of your time? Are you currently focusing on those things that are making you money? Or are you still in that figure it out stage? Are you just spinning your wheels? Do you keep trying the same things hoping for a different result? Like how is your business going? So out of everyone on this webinar who's heard this, who's heard these things that I've just told you, which one of you are committed to actually putting these actions in place in your business? Great. Now, I know you all have questions, and I'm going to get to those in just a minute. I'm going to open it up for a Q&A so that I can clear some things up for you, for those of you who have questions. But I just want to recap everything that we've kind of gone over so far. So the first thing that you absolutely need is a business plan. And at the minimum, the three sections in that business plan is you need to have your income, your marketing strategy, and then a market analysis. All a part of this business plan. Okay, aside from that, you're going to need specific actions and processes for your business, and these actions and processes are going to go over a wide range of just different areas of your real estate business. I mean, accounting, acquiring clientele, marketing, how to keep clients, how to build a business. You want to have specific actions and processes around all of these so that you know exactly what to do when the time comes for you to do those specific things. And then lastly is you really need to leverage. You can't do it all alone. You need team members, and you want to focus your time on your highest and best use of it. And so focusing on your strengths, the things that are going to make you money, those are the things that you need to focus on. And you can only do that if you leverage your time. And so I want to ask you a few questions. And for these questions, just simply answer yes or no. I want to know, would it make a difference for you to have a true plan for your business? Let me know yes in the comments if it would really make a difference for you to have a true plan for your business. Would it be less stressful knowing that you have constant business coming in? I mean, we would love that. So what would it do for you? Would it be less stressful if you had constant business coming in? Would you be more likely to succeed knowing exactly what to do? And this just kind of goes back to the plan. Would you be more likely to succeed if you knew what to do, if you weren't just spinning your wheels trying to figure it out? And even aside from that, are you tired of trying to figure it out? Like, how long have you been figuring it out? Like, are you tired of trying to figure it out by now? I want to know, can you see how leveraging yourself and your time can make a difference in the amount of business you can do? Like I said earlier, we can't do it all alone. And the more business you take on, the more help that you're going to need. So can you see how leveraging yourself and your time can make a difference? And lastly, would you be amazed if you actually hit your goals in the near future? Okay, I see yes, 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 yes. Okay, perfect. So there's really two directions that we can go to at this point. So you can continue to try and figure it out on your own and hope for the best, or you can open a book and follow daily activities that will actually help you build your multi-million dollar real estate business. Which one of those would you want more? Number one or number two? What I've done is I've created a course called the First 31. And the First 31 is basically how any agent can build a multi-million dollar real estate business from the ground up. This course, it's 5 weeks of curriculum, and how I put everything together was I took a lot of my knowledge, but then I also took a lot of the knowledge and systems and processes of top producing real estate agents, and I found what was just really common amongst all of us and everything that we were doing in our businesses at this time and the things that we've done in the past to get it to where we are today. Now, I'll let you know this course is valued at over $10,000, and I'm gonna break down everything that's involved in this course because there is literally $1 million knowledge in this course. And I really wanted to put this together because there were so many things that I wish that I would have known when I first got in real estate. There are so many things that if I did know them, I would have been so much further along sooner than it actually took me to get to where I am today. As a new real estate agent, and even if you're not new, there's so many times in this business where we're wondering, what should I do next? What should I do next? And we look left and right for different trainings, and people teach us one thing, but they don't teach us the other. And so what I have here in the First 31 is everything that you should know as a real estate agent so that you can build a profitable $1 million real estate business in 31 days. And so let me show you what's actually in this course and how the content breaks down. So in week 1, we're going to be setting that foundation. So I'm going to tell you how to go exactly through this course. I'm going to break down all of the weekly content that you're about to be experiencing. I'm going to show you my L&D method that is really going to propel you far in anything that you do in real estate. And then I'm also going to tell you how you can get the best results. Everything in week 1 is valued at $500. Now we go over to week 2, where we get into the life cycle of a realtor. So I'm going to share with you those psychologies behind real estate experiences. And so it's really packed with information to help you understand why clients do certain things, why agents do certain things, so that you can be ahead of the game. I'm going to let you know how you can make a winning impression and have sustainable real estate conversations. And lastly, it's going to instantly build trust and credibility without a track record. So people aren't going to ask you how many homes you've sold. They're not going to question your level of experience just based off of everything that's in week 2. Now, week 2 is valued at $500. Week 3, we get into your business systems and structure setup. This is an important week, and it's a lot of information involved in this week. So we're going to be implementing the core systems that you will use day in and day out in your business. We're going to set up your business systems. We're going to set up your accounting systems. We're going to set up your database and CRM systems. We're going to also set up important other core systems that you're going to use pretty much every day. And you're going to be really set up to sell that first $1 million in real estate. Now, this is valued at $2,500 by itself. Okay, week 4, we get into the branding, marketing, and lead generating. So how to present yourself in the best way possible. We're going to be implementing your actual brand marketing and lead generation strategies. I'm going to let you know how to send the best marketing messages in print and online. And then we're going to actually create marketing pieces, and I'm going to provide you with branding documents, and you're going to create branding documents and marketing pieces for your own business. This is a very powerful week because you're going to immediately start implementing these things so that you are bringing in leads. Now, this is valued at $2,500 by itself. In week 5, we're going to get into that daily growth and performance strategies. So this is what a lot of you really need right now. So I'm going to give you that $1 million schedule, like the schedule that you can start doing today that is going to produce $1 million in real estate. I'm going to let you know how to build a super producing real estate team. I mean, what positions you need, how much to pay them, what to look for in resumes, the whole nine. You're gonna learn to perform the top 1% of activities that you're gonna be performing as a team leader, and then I'm gonna give you the plan to scale for your future goals and growth. This is valued at $5,000 because you will literally be producing at this point. Now, everything that's in the first 31, everything that I just went over with you gives a total value of $11,000. Okay, so with that being said, I didn't want to devalue this course, and I didn't want to make it seem like this information wasn't very valuable. And so I thought to myself, okay, I think $5,000 would be a good price for this course. And then I remembered that if I was offered this when I was in that place in the business where I didn't really know what direction to go in or what to do, I knew that I couldn't afford that $5,000. And so I came up with the regular price that the first 31 will be marketed at, and it's going to be $1,997. Now, that is the regular price of the first 31. But since you are on this webinar, I'm going to give you a webinar special. Okay, this is literally just the webinar special for people who are attending this training for you to be able to take advantage of this at a discount. So instead of paying the $1,997, you're going to get to pay $499. And since you are on this webinar, I'm going to add a few things on top of that. So I'm going to give you a few bonuses just for this webinar. You're going to get access to a private Facebook group. In this private Facebook group, you're going to be able to pretty much have me and other agents on demand. And so if you have any questions, if you want to know any best practices, kind of what other agents are doing, if you're struggling with anything, you can ask us and we are there for you. You're going to also get my sales mastery courses. So teaching you how to do those things that you're going to need to know how to do as a real estate agent. So calling expires, calling for sale by owners, providing you with all these scripts and everything for that. You're going to get that in those sales mastery courses. That alone is valued at $2,000 by itself. Now, aside from that, you're going to get expert interviews. So I chose not to make this all about me. I want you to be able to also hear from other top producing real estate agents, what they're doing in their businesses to really make them successful. So you're going to get access to those expert interviews, and that's valued at $2,000. So again, just to recap everything, we have week 1 where we go and set the foundation. I'm going to let you know how to go through the course. I'm going to break down all of the weekly content, show you my L&D method so that you can really make sure you're getting the most out of anything that you're going to learn in real estate. And then I'm going to let you know how to get the best results out of this test. This is valued at $500. Next, in week 2, we're going to go through the life cycle of a realtor. So giving you the psychology behind different real estate experiences on the agent and on the consumer side. I'm going to let you know how to make a winning impression and have sustainable real estate conversations. And I'm going to make sure that you are able to instantly build credibility without a track record. So people don't question how long you've been in the business, what you've sold, all that kind of stuff. Valued at $500. Next, in week 3, we're going to get into your business systems and structure setup. So you're going to implement those systems that you're going to use day in and day out. We get into your business systems, your accounting systems, your database and CRM systems. I'm going to let you know how to set up other core systems that you're going to need and provide to you the best recommendations. And then also, I'm going to make sure that you are set up to sell your first $1 million in real estate. This is valued at $2,500. Moving on to week 4, we get into the branding, marketing, and lead generating. So how to present yourself in the best way possible, implementing those branding, marketing, and lead generation strategies, how to send the best marketing messages in print and online. And then we're also going to create marketing pieces. I'm going to provide you with some, give you branding documents. You're going to set up your branding documents. This is valued at $2,500. And now over in week 5, you get those daily growth and performance strategies. So giving you that $1 million producer schedule and how to build a top super producing real estate team, giving you those positions, those job outlines, requirements, salaries, how to pay people, when to do it, all that stuff. You're going to be able to perform the top 1% of your activities that you need to perform, and everything will be taken care of. And then also giving you that plan to really scale your business with your future goals and growth strategies. So this is valued at $5,000. So all of this stuff included with the bonuses gives a total value of over $15,000, guys. Like this is a very comprehensive course that I am letting you take advantage of for only $499 since you're on this webinar. And as a matter of fact, I believe so strongly in this that I'm gonna even back something behind it. Okay, if you're not satisfied by the end of the time that you finish this course, so by the end of those 31 days, you just let me know. I'm going to let you keep the course, and I'm going to give you a trip to Vegas. I'm going to give you a 3-night hotel stay in Vegas for you to go and have fun and blow your money, or, you know, do whatever you want to do. So I know a lot of you are wondering, will this work for me? Well, my answer to that is I can guarantee you that everything presented in this course can work for any real estate agent. There is no restrictions. As long as you have a real estate license, this can work for you. And I know that those are, you know, there are those of you out there saying my brokerage has training. Well, I'm not telling you to stop training at your brokerage, because I believe all training is valuable, but I can guarantee you there's going to be a lot in this course that your brokerage is not going to teach you and that you're not going to learn in that training, because they're in the business of giving you the bare minimum so that you can go out there and figure it out. And so this is going to be that extra supplement that you really need. So if you're wondering how do you know if you're going to be successful with this? Well, I can't give you that answer, but I can tell you you're going to be successful at this if you follow what's presented in this course. If you actually take action by enrolling in the course and then follow what's presented in the course, you will find success. Okay, now I know the course is an investment, and there are those of you who are on this webinar probably thinking you don't have any money. So because of that, what I'm willing to do for those of you who need it is I'm going to offer you a payment plan. So you can break that course up. You could break up the first 31 into 3 payments of $197. Now, keep in mind, the regular price of this is $1,997, but I will let you get on this payment plan if you're not able to do the full amount. So it'll just break it up over 3 months. And so if you're still sitting there saying you don't have that, and you know you don't even have $197 to invest in yourself, I have one more option for you. Okay, PayPal, I've partnered with them. They are willing to finance this course for people who qualify. And so what you can do is you can break up the course price, and I'll even let you break up the webinar special price of the $499. If you need to break up the $197, they'll work with you on that too, and they'll break it up into equal monthly payments for you. You're essentially financing it. And so I'm giving you all options for you to be able to get this information. So there should not be anything else holding you back, especially if money was the biggest thing. And so what I want to know now is who's on their way to enroll. Let me know in the comments if you are on your way to enroll in the first 31. Nice. Okay. Perfect. Well, like I said earlier, I do want to be able to answer questions that you all have. So go ahead in the comments below. Go ahead and ask your questions, and I will, try to get to them and make sure that I answer your questions. So, how's the format? The format of this, it's different. So it's videos, there's text, there's audios, there's activities. You can access it from any device, so your phone, from your computer, from your tablet. The format, it's pretty simple. Now, since this is a 31-day process, the different lessons, the different groups of lessons unlock as you go through the course. But the course is made up of videos, audio, text, activities, PDFs, downloads, all kinds of stuff. So how long will it take to complete? Yeah, so that's just totally up to you. It's meant to take 31 days, but you can do as much as you can do as slow as you want, but the content does not allow you to rush through it. It's really meant to be taken seriously, and it unlocks as you go. Is the payment one time? Yes, so the payment is one time unless you are one of the ones who get on the payment plan. Will I need to purchase anything else? Will I need to purchase anything else? Okay, so here's the thing with purchasing. I'm not going to sell you anything else. Certain things in the course, certain systems that you're free to use if you want to. Some of them do cost, some of them don't. It's not a requirement. I give you options. It just all depends on the different levels of your business and what you are comfortable with. Are there scripts in it? Yes, there are scripts for different modules in the course. Okay, how long will I have access to it? You have lifetime access, so it's not going to go away. So you can do it as slow as you want if you don't want to go on the 31-day schedule. What happens when I sign up? So when you sign up, you're going to set up a username and password, and you will get immediate access to it to be able to log in and start taking advantage of the content. How will I access the Facebook group? Yeah, so when you enroll, you're going to you're going to be granted access to the group. There is a link in the lesson that you just click on. It takes you directly to the Facebook group. 2 questions are going to pop up just to validate your enrollment in First 31. Once you answer those, your access will be approved and you are free to participate. Will there be a replay of this? Here's the thing with the replay. I'm going to think about it. I haven't decided about a replay yet because this special I'm pretty serious about, and I don't just want a replay out there playing around with the special and people aren't getting the price that I mentioned in here, and so it's to be considered. I'll let you know if there's something specific in here that you just wanted to watch over or need clarification of. Maybe I can send you my notes, and so just let me know if that's something that you would like. And then what if I have questions about something in it? Yeah, so if you have questions about anything in the course, you can ask them in the Facebook group. Everyone in the Facebook group is enrolled in the course, and I am in the Facebook group myself to be able to answer any questions that you have. Or you can always email us. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. Any other questions? Perfect. Well, we got to run. And so, like I said, you get a lot in the first 31. We're gonna spend a lot of time together. There's over 30 different modules and lessons in this course. It's a jam-packed course, and like I said, I'm not going to be offering this webinar special for long. So time is of the essence. If you know right now that this is for you, then go ahead and enroll. And like I said, if you need the payment plan option is available. If you need to use PayPal credit, that option is available. You have no excuses for wanting to take action in your business. But go ahead and do that now before we go back to the regular price. I really enjoyed my time here with y'all. If you still have questions, feel free to email me and I will answer any questions that you do have about the course. Thank you for being here with me. I hope that you learned something. And until next time, I will talk to you soon.